We had a conversation about what could we do at St. Luke's University Health Network here that would be awesome for the community, and we came up with this idea of running a baseball combine for high school athletes.
This is a phenomenal event for these young kids in this area. They're doing an athletic testing combine.
We're doing a combination of sports performance testing stations where we're measuring athletic ability, combining that with baseball skill development stations where we're getting some of the premier coaches from Chandler Baseball to come in and teach skill development.
So we're teaching these kids, that athleticism counts. They're learning how where they stack up against other kids.
We're doing a 30-yard dash, we're doing a vertical jump, and we're doing a shuttle run test, and we're also doing a medicine ball toss. We also have the privilege of having our physical therapy and orthopedic docs from St. Luke's University Health Network here to do evaluations on young athletes to determine if they have any orthopedic concerns or limitations.
They really help you learn what's wrong with your arm, what you can do to fix it, and really keep you healthy.
And then on top of that, we're teaching the kids about throwing, we're teaching the kids about hitting, and we're teaching kids about how to do base running.
Got to tell you, every participant that I've seen so far has had a smile on their face.
The kids are having a great time, and they're having a lot of fun. They're smiling a lot. They seem to be enjoying the competition. I think they're learning a lot, and they're meeting a lot of great people. And you just can't replace that. To get an opportunity to meet a coach from another area, another region who can help you maybe down the road with advancing yourself as an athlete.
I wish I had this field, and I wish I had this when I was growing up.
It's absolutely one of the best minor league baseball complexes anywhere around.
Chandler Baseball is one of the foremost authorities when it comes to baseball skill development, and Dave really has been committed to bringing the highest level coaches to his program. So he's brought guys like Mark Kelso in, Lance Muller, and some of the premier baseball guys in the region to help us with this program.
To have them here working with these kids doesn't get any better than that. I mean, I can guarantee you would, if you interviewed every one of these kids, what's your goal? I want to be a Major League Baseball player. Well, here's a Major League Baseball player. Talk to them about what it took to get there. That's invaluable.
To come back, if I can help out, even as just one kid today, then I did my job.
The exposure, obviously, to the coaches they're seeing here, these coaches are all very highly connected to the college programs and get an opportunity to speak to college coaches on a regular basis.
It prepares them just by knowing what college scouts, what professional scouts are looking for.
These kids are getting their horizons broadened. Sometimes it's pretty humbling, but for them, they get to see what they hear from these guys, what it took, and then they go back and apply it, and it really lights a fire under these kids.
This gives them a good understanding and clear insight into what those expectations from a collegiate level would be, so they're better prepared going in.
Even if it's an improvement every year, every other month that they can make, it's an improvement, and you're going in the right direction. And if that can help them get to the next level, then this is a perfect event for them.
I can't say enough about how much joy it really truly gives me, knowing that the confidence that we can help instill in a player and backstop their game can give them a great opportunity and a scholarship option.
Athletes today are struggling more than ever with depression, anxiety, judgment.
These students grow up playing from the time they're 8, 9, 10 years old. They may play their sport all year round, and that wears on them mentally and physically.
We train, obviously, and try and get the physical pieces with the X's and the O's out on the field, but with any athlete, there's certainly a mental component to high performance as well.
Sports are so emotional. Yet, time and time again, I was taught, as were many other individuals, suck it up.
My biggest problems, nervousness, anxiety, restlessness, not getting too good sleep, and I didn't really know what it was, I thought it was normal. I didn't talk to anybody about it. It was just, I just got to deal with this.
I think that you can be the most talented athlete, the most skillful, you can be the fittest, but all athletes are going to struggle with anxiety and being confident and so many mental aspects.
Largely in the sports world, we've been often sending messages to young people, even in Little League sports, that are really counterintuitive to good emotional health and well-being. Mind of the Athlete is a sports psychology company committed to improving the emotional health of athletes.
Jared comes in twice a year with all of our student athletes, and they each have team sessions with him, so they'll meet for an hour each semester on a different topic that we work with Jared with, depending on maybe what's going on our campus at that time, or what we think is timely information for them to receive, or just something that he may think is important for our athletes to receive.
That's what I'm about, helping the emotional health of the athletes so that they can feel better and then use their God-given talents that they have in athletics to really excel.
Sports psychology actually has had a really profound impact for our team.
We don't believe that they're just here to win games or play in games and compete. That's part of our mission, but a lot of those lessons are life lessons that you can apply in your personal life or in your family life or in your career in the future.
A lot of times it's putting out the fires. Maybe you lost that game this past week. How do we rebound from that? Our star player just got injured. What do we do about that?
It was so popular with our athletes that we brought it to our entire staff.
The central message of Mind of the Athlete is simply this: clear mind, better performance. The clearer a person's preconscious mind is, the better performance they're going to have.
I just finished my career in football, and it turned out my senior year was probably my best year. I attribute a lot of that to what I learned at Mind of the Athlete, how to relax, how to control my emotions, how to keep everything in check.
We were playing against Colgate, and it was in overtime, and it was a very emotional game because if we won, we were going to go to the championship game. I think that if we hadn't gone through so much sports psychology sessions, I don't know if I would have been able to keep going and go all the way.
Coming to a sports psychologist and working on this stuff can have a tremendous positive impact, and when they experience that and they have athletic success, emotionally feel better, and they emotionally get unstuck, that's the best part of what I do.
Oh, yeah! Right there. I've been playing football since 7th grade. A long time.
I've been playing football ever since I was 8 years old. Football is a dangerous sport. Week after week, you gotta prepare yourself. And when injuries occur, you want to know and feel comfortable that your guys are getting the best care possible. This may not be the NFL, but this is professional football, and a lot of these guys were Division I football players, and even if they weren't Division I football players, they were top players at whatever college they played at. 27-man roster, and of those 27, only 20 can dress per game. So when a guy gets hurt, we need them to get back on the field as quick as possible.
I was an athlete in high school, I guess you could say athlete, but I did participate in sports in high school. And I was injured like many other students that like athletic trainer. They get to know their athletic trainer and they start to enjoy it. They start to enjoy sports and they start to enjoy being around it. I've grown to love it.
Well, St. Luke's is not only our founding partner, but they're also our official medical provider of the team and have been since year one.
They do a fantastic job of providing the Steelhawks with overall very quality health care. Like I said, there's athletic trainers, there's strength and conditioning coaches, there's physical therapists, there's orthopedists, general medical practitioners that are all part of this St. Luke's family.
Oh, it's wonderful. I mean, they got a great staff. They take care of us.
They've been great, from the trainers to the doctors, everyone within the St. Luke's organization. Even when I played in college, being a Division I program at West Virginia University, and even when I played in the AFL, this is second to none here.
The chemistry with the guys, the trainers are great.
I feel very close-knit, whenever I have something bugging me, and I know all the other guys on the team feel the same way, that, they can go to Brian or John or any of the trainers that are here on staff.
From day one, I give these guys a talk in the beginning, and I want them to be incredibly honest with me. It has to be a very, player and athletic trainer, very hand-in-hand relationship. And if they're not honest with me, then, I may not catch that injury.
Without them, we don't survive. And what St. Luke's does is get them back on the field and keep their injuries to a minimum.
These guys know that they have my cell phone number. They call me anytime. I've gotten calls at 12 at night before. I've answered for them. I've gotten calls at 6 in the morning. I've answered for them.
Wide receivers with Coach Zima. DBs with Coach Cohen.
The perception typically of athletic trainers is, oh, don't go see the trainer because they're going to keep you out. Well, that's not really the case. You know, we want them to play. Let us know what's going on because we can get you the proper care. We can get you back on the field. We can do some preventative things to help you participate at your fullest level.
Our training staff in St. Luke's is just below God. You know, I can lay my head at night and sleep, you know, knowing that they're going to get great care and the personal attention that they need.
Seeing them go down, going through surgery if it needs surgery, going through rehabilitation, and then watching them come back. And watching them come back and play that first game or that first practice is just incredible. It's an incredible feeling.
It's obviously working because we're right in the playoff hunt. We're staying healthy, and it's a credit to what St. Luke's does and our training staff does.
Seahawks on 3. 1, 2, 3. Seahawks! Run!
I never thought that Larry Holmes would have sugar diabetes. Never thought in my wildest dream that I will come up with having sugar diabetes.
I didn't know anything about diabetes. I knew his sister Dale has it, but I really didn't know anything about it.
Listen, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get myself, you know, in good shape.
Diabetes is a disease that affects all parts of your body. It's where your body cannot use the sugar that to make energy.
It was scary. You know, you have to be serious about it. A lot of things can happen.
The mainstay of treatment for diabetes is diet and exercise.
So John, tell me what you've been doing to get Larry back in shape.
Well, we're doing a couple of things. Cardiovascular training, which is enhancing his heart and lung function, also helping him to burn excess body fat. But we've been doing a lot of what we call metabolic training, which the metabolic training is designed to increase his lean body mass as we burn body fat. So we're doing a combination of slow movement weight training with explosive type movements, with medicine balls, bands, and other types of efforts.
Is this something that works for anybody? Is this a workout anybody could do?
Well, this is something that we should be doing with adults, period.
In addition to it being a disease of blood sugar, it's also a disease of fat. Because the more fat you have inside your muscles, inside the liver, the worse the diabetes can become.
Before you start an exercise program, you should always consult with your physician to make sure that you're ready to start an exercise program. Because oftentimes the physicians will look at things like your medical and exercise history and also do blood work and a lot of different types of testing.
The science has shown that 66% of the people can be prevented from having diabetes if they lost 8% of their weight and exercised 150 minutes a week. So basically, less than 30 minutes a day.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's all from his 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can do it, you can do it. What I'm talking about diabetes. I will beat diabetes.